and welcome to our LA studios along with the D-Train, Dontrell Willis. I'm Kevin Burkhardt. Good to see you. Almost like Train Scheffler today with the green.
Green jacket, that's right.
It looks good on you.
We'll plan a nice dinner later. Yeah, absolutely.
You got the game for it, too. I know that. Missing from the game for the Yankees, however, will be Aaron Judge, which is not so good news. He's expected to be placed on the injured list with a flexor strain in his throwing elbow. The good news is the UCL is intact. Now, Aaron Boone saying Judge will be the DH once he returns. The injury actually sustained on a throw during Tuesday's game in Toronto. Earlier today, Judge speaking to the media.
The pain is tough to tell. We're starting to get on some medicine just to kind of clean that stuff up. I couldn't throw, so I think that's kind of sums it up. But the rehab process, I'm not too sure. Probably start. I really was reluctant about going on any IL or anything like that. I was like, if I can hit, let me hit. But they'll let me. I'll start DHing, I think, once this 10th day is up. I want to be out there playing. I wish I was out there today playing. I wish I was, in there tomorrow. I think that's what it comes down to. But so you're just upset. You feel like you're letting the team down and letting the fans down, especially at an important time of the year.
Well, when you lose Judge, the best player in baseball, maybe certainly in the American League, Ohtani. Look, bottom line is he's great. You see his numbers compared to the rest of the team, he is like a different world than everyone else. So how do the Yankees, who've been struggling with him, do without him? The answer?
Not missed there. Bryce Harper's hitting over 400 over his last 9 games. You're not getting that baseball back. He is on fire.
Phillies up, taking apart the Yankees bullpen again, and Mundo Sosa. How about that shot?
More like Sammy Sosa.
That was a rocket.
Wow.
Bottom 7, Jazz Chisholm up. This is a scary scene. Brandon Marsh coming in, Sosa going out, and they would collide pretty hard here, man. Sosa makes the catch, but he left with a back contusion. Hopefully he's okay. The Phillies are okay. They win at 9-4, and the Yankees are reeling. And so for the Yanks, they've really not been playing good for almost 2 months now. And now they lose the best player, arguably, in the sport. What's your level of concern for them?
Well, 10 being the worst, I'm at a 9.7. This is catastrophic, and you can't lose a bat like that, especially when he's on fire. He's been playing good offensively. There's been other guys playing good offensively, but the totality of this team, they've been struggling. They've been struggling to catch the ball, and the back end of that bullpen, especially in July, KB, they have a 7 ERA. So right now, I don't know if Luis Hill is enough even when he returns. They have to get multiple pieces and really just change the tone because they are not catching the ball. They're not doing the little things to win championship baseball, and especially how the American League is starting to play out. This was a team that had a chance to get a 1 or 2 seed. They might not even make the playoffs if they continue to play how they're playing right now.
Yeah, the Rangers creeping up into that picture. They're playing a lot better, so the Yankees have to wake up, and they'll have to do it without their best player. Meanwhile, we're just days away from the 2025 trade deadline. Countdown dwindles, and it feels like the right time to welcome in our MLB insider, Ken Rosenthal. And Ken, I love it. We put the clock on you. You're great under pressure, so this is easy for you. So Dontrell paints a kind of an ugly picture, right? Judge is going to the IL. Does that change any of these trade deadline plans for the Yankees as far as you see it?
Kevin, not at all. And after trading for Ryan McMahon on Friday, the Yankees' plan was to focus on pitching. That is still their plan. And as Dontrell said, they need multiple relievers and a starter as well. Yet, even if they succeed with all that, they're going to be tested. They now trail the Toronto Blue Jays by 6 games in the AL East. Their wild card lead, or their cushion in the wild card race, it's shrinking. And as you guys mentioned, for at least the next 10 days, they're going to be without the best hitter in the game.
All right, Ken, appreciate that. Look forward to seeing you on the broadcast with Joe and John a little bit later today. Let's chat about these Dodgers and Red Sox. Right? Red Sox were so hot going into the break. They won 10 in a row. Now they're not so great since the break, 2-5. The Dodgers, you think they're not playing so great, but here they are. They're 18 games above 500. How about their starting pitching? Are you feeling better about where they are with the starting pitching unit that's been so injured this year?
Well, absolutely. They're starting to get reinforcements back healthy. I love what I've seen for Tyler Glass now. 18 innings pitched thus far, 25 strikeouts in that span, just 2 earned runs. So he looks like he's hitting the ground running. Blake Snell, I believe he's 1 start away from him getting back in the rotation. If you look in the bullpen as well, Blake Triton, they're going to get him some back-to-backs. Once he feels good, he's going to be back in that bullpen, and Brusdar Graterol as well. So there's some big-time experience arms that are going to get back into that roster. You know what? They built this roster to have some depth. The depth has been tested. They weighed that little turbulence as far as the depth, but right now they're starting to get some big-time arms back in there. I think it's going to be critical, and I'm super proud of Clayton Kershaw in year 18, still pitching like a high-level starter.
How's he doing? He's got a 1.88 ERA on the road. It's pretty sensational for anybody. How's he doing it?
Well, because he's good and he's one of the best all time. You know, the rest of us is mere mortals around him.
Yeah, meanwhile, Garrett Crochet has been sensational almost under the radar. Skubal gets all the looks for Cy Young, but he leads the league in wins, strikeouts, innings, you name it. He's been everything.
The swing and miss has always been there. I knew that was going to be a big-time arm for them. They just have to win when he's not on the mound. That's the problem for the Boston Red Sox. But this is going to be a fun matchup. You know I'm a big-time lefty, so I'm going to watch this game.
We're watching today. Some of you across America will see the Guardians and the Royals. They were rained out last night, so they played game one of a double dip earlier today. It was a fun one. 10th inning, Guardians up 3-2. 2 on for Jonathan India. He got Clase. 5th of the year is a walk-off winner for the Royals. 5-3, and so we'll see how game 2 plays out on Fox coming up. So again, Guardians, Royals kind of neck and neck, both trying to forge their way into that wild card race. And the Guardians need Jose Ramirez to do his thing, and they need some help too, and see what he can do in game 2 of this double dip. It's baseball night in America on Fox. Glad to have you aboard for a fun Saturday night. Most of you will see Shohei Ohtani, the superstar, and the Dodgers looking to take 2 in a row in Boston against the Sox. Kershaw, Crochet, what a game. Enjoy it. We'll see you after.
Franchise is full of so much history meeting up this weekend. Big swing from that guy last night, Teoscar Hernandez, as the Dodgers took the first game of the series 5-2. We're all set for game 2. The Dodgers and the Red Sox on Baseball Night in America. And the Dodgers with a 6-game lead in the National League West over the Padres, 7 over the Giants. And while the Red Sox and everybody else are chasing the Toronto Blue Jays across baseball, Blue Jays the best record, period. Red Sox still in possession of the last wild card spot here in late July. We welcome you inside. Hope you're having a great weekend. Joe Davis, the Hall of Famer John Smoltz, Ken Rosenthal with us today as well. Dodgers have gone through it some this year. They've dealt with injuries. They lost 10 of 12 earlier this month. But you put it all together, and they still are right where everybody figured they would be, in first place, trying to repeat as champs.
It is pretty amazing. Their roster at the beginning of the year, the best chance to defend, and it hasn't been a smooth road because their roster's been decimated by injuries. But they know how to win. Defending champs have figured out a way, despite the injuries in their rotation. You see the numbers are almost identical when you think about last year and what they did. But the Dodgers rebuilt their roster to be dominant, to go back to win a championship. If they get that kind of health in their pitching, this will not be a close division, but it has been so far.
As far as the Red Sox go, it's like they can't figure out if they're good or not. About a month ago, it looked like they were going to be sellers, and everybody had kind of written them off. Where they got hot going into the break. They won 10 consecutive games to get back into the picture, only to stumble coming out of the break going 2-5.
Well, the next 7 days are going to be really important for the organization to decide what do they do? Do they add? Are they in the mix? They're in the playoffs as we speak. This young athletic roster are starting to develop into something special. But when you think about what they did in the first 10-game winning streak of the season, look what they've done since. Now, some of that has to do with the schedule, but the good news is for the Red Sox, they have their best pitcher, the hottest pitcher in the league going for them. They've won a ton of games with him. They hope to turn this game into a 1-1 series.
Yeah, marquee matchup with these franchises and marquee matchup with these left-handers. Garrett Crochet is the guy you're talking about. 7 consecutive winning decisions for him. And Clayton Kershaw in his 18th season in the big leagues, having a wonderful year as well. It is the Red Sox and the Dodgers on a Saturday night from Boston. Now, what a trade pickup Garrett Crochet has been. Got him this offseason, leads the majors in strikeouts. He's got a 2.19 ERA as he looks for an 8th consecutive win.
Oh, he's dominant. He's got all the pitches. He's going to primarily come after you with 3 different fastballs. He's owned Ohtani in this brief 5 at-bats. But he's the guy on the mound for the Red Sox to gain momentum and turn this second half, which has been a little lumpy since the All-Star break.
The lineup for the Dodgers brought to you by Rinvo. Shohei Ohtani leads off, and then it's Will Smith hitting second and catching. Teoscar Hernandez in right field. Freddie Freeman at first base, the cleanup man. Pages in center. Tommy Edmonds at third as they continue to wait for Max Muncy to come back from the injured list. Mookie Betts expected to rejoin the team at some point tonight. He's been away for family reasons, but Rojas starts at short as Stewie Ruiz in left and Ha-Seong Kim at second. Ohtani with 7 home runs over his last 12 games and 37 for the year to lead the National League. He climbs in, Crochet comes home, and off we go with strike 1.
Ohtani's actually hit better off of left-handers than he has right-handers, but this is not your typical left-handed pitcher. He'll throw inside a lot too with 2 strikes, and he's just going to come after you and bully you. There's the inside part. He'll command the fastball, cutter, occasional sinker, and then the breaking pitches. Slider is really tough.
26 years old, out of a small town in the Gulf, Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Is 1-1 to Ohtani, is lifted in the air to deep center field. Rafael is going back onto the track. It is going to dead center field. The 38th of the year for Shohei Ohtani is to dead center at Fenway off Garrett Crochet.
Well, I said he did own him. He had 4 strikeouts in his first 5 at bats, and he took a fastball to not the deepest part of the park, but the center fielder will tell you all you need to know as a starting pitcher when he's just kind of sitting there looking, uh-oh.
There are not too many guys that get it out right there in this ballpark. And for Ohtani, his 6th home run in his last 7 games, his 8th out of his last 13. Strike on Will Smith, 0-2.
Well, a lot of the wins have come on the road for Crochet. For whatever reason, his team has not given him much run support at home. He hasn't had many wins at home.